Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome to the Health Hybrid. So today we're talking about a situation that really did garner a lot of attention over the last week, I would say, or so. Essentially, what happened or what has inspired this video is that a very influential figure known as Demi Lovato, you guys might have seen her music or her documentary. Perhaps you were an avid watcher of Disney and you saw her there. All in all, she has a large amount of influence and a large amount of reach when it comes to the people she has access to. So what happened was Demi Lovato walked into a frozen yogurt store, sees this label saying guilt-free, and the item that's supposed to be guilt-free was a sugar-free item or product, should I say, that they were selling. Now, Demi Lovato had experienced her own struggle when it comes to eating disorders and felt triggered by seeing this sign and seeing this item on display. So she immediately went on social media to share her concerns by labeling the business, showing its name, and the business responded by saying they do this for dietary restrictions or requirements that people may have. This back and forth or exchange went on for a bit longer, and the public support surprisingly wasn't with this public figure, but with the business that was targeted. And I personally agree. The issue really can be summarized in two parts. She walked in and saw an item, or items, should I say, that had the label sugar-free on them. As somebody who had experienced an eating disorder, she felt like it was promoting something known as diet culture. Diet culture, in essence, prioritizes physical appearance or weight over well-being. It's a toxic mentality that contributes to a lot of the eating disorders we see today. What I found very interesting was her response to the situation as a whole. She moved to social media to express her concerns and outrage at this practice. Now, knowing what we're living in this day and age, especially when it comes to cancel culture or naming and calling out people who are doing things that are pretty much immoral or unethical, I was convinced that this store being called out meant that this business would lose money and also its reputation would be forever tarnished. So I am surprised, pleasantly surprised, may I add. Upon realizing her mistake, she did bring out a statement saying that she was unaware of the fact that these dietary restrictions could be for diabetics, for example, or people with gluten allergies. So she reframed her statement to this. The first point that I wanted to bring up is that there's a variety of reasons why somebody may choose a sugar-free option. The person might not be diabetic, and in fact they might be watching their weight. Watching your weight should not be something that's so heavily stigmatized in today's society. I understand, as a girl who's definitely not within the average weight, there are barriers to you based upon your appearance and also based upon your weight. And this isn't only limited to professions to do with physical appearance like modeling, but this could be working within a store, customer service, even a business that's selling toiletries. Point being, image is really everything. Should it be this way? No, absolutely not. But does it mean we should tell people that losing weight or weight loss is a bad thing? No. If it's done in a healthy, controlled environment with a nutritionist, with a dietitian, and somebody needs to lose that weight for, let's say, health reasons, why can they not go ahead and do that? On average, eating disorders are more common in girls and women than it is boys, but there are still men and boys who have experienced eating disorders that we typically associate with women, such as anorexia. In fact, about a quarter of all cases of anorexia are boys. We can sit here and have a very long debate on the reasons why eating disorders are so prevalent, not only here but across the world. But typical factors that have been mentioned as to contribute to this include industrialization, urbanization, the influence of the media, gender role shifts, and social cultural aspects. We need to also keep in mind that eating disorders are not limited to undereating, but also overeating. And for some reason, this is something that is very taboo to discuss in today's day and age. Of course, we want people of a bigger size, larger size to be accepted. I am one of those girls. However, it should not come at the cost of health, which should be the priority in all of these conversations. Another point I would like to add is that many businesses, or should I say food serving places, are limited in the number of dietary restricted items that they sell. Try and find a vegan item at KFC. It is a difficult task, and 99% of the time, you're gonna sit there and pick out all the ingredients while listing what you want at the cash register. We need to be honest about this. Triggers are real. However, they should not navigate the way our society runs. There are different forms of therapy that can contribute or help your triggers out. Does this mean they're gonna disappear? No. Could they get better with the passage of time? Absolutely. However, shutting down conversation, shutting down businesses is harming us all. Luckily, after this incident, their social media, or the business's social media, has exploded in a very good way. So people have recognized what has taken place as being unjust and have taken action to support them, which is great. Now, in terms of my final thoughts, it is perfectly understandable to have an adverse reaction to a bad or negative experience. Mental health disorders are not an exception. The issue wasn't the fact that she got triggered over this experience, but it's her reaction to this trigger. When you have this much power and this much influence, you need to exercise it with caution. Trying to hurt a business or shut it down using the power you have, especially on social media, especially in today's day and age, is risque, to say the least. When you do this, you're forever tainting these businesses, forever tainting their reputation, making it hard to make an income, to pay their employees, to even make a livable wage. The internet never forgets is a very popular saying for a reason. If you combine Demi's reach in terms of her audience and the media's obsession with catching her every drift and every fall away from grace, with the fact that the internet is permanent, there becomes an unspoken but crucial responsibility to not stretch out the hand of condemnation just because you can. We indeed have a problem. This doesn't apply only to this situation either. When you're misusing your influence and combining that with mental health disorders, you may be contributing to the stigma and making it much more harder for people who need help or who want to be listened to be heard. Now, can I sit here and say Demi Lovato is doing this for attention? I cannot. I don't know her personally. I know she had a documentary release at the beginning of April, so a part of me does think it might have been related to that. But then again, she could have really been triggered and utilized this to get an advantage or an upper hand. Who knows? All I know is it's an important discussion to have for sure. That will be all in terms of my thoughts, the topic itself. Please let me know what you think. I would love to read your opinion on the situation or any familiar, similar situation as well. I enjoy hearing different people's ideas, perspectives, opinions, and experiences. Subscribe and join the health hybrid, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care and stay safe.